I had a few people ask about the big sort of spooky goth pointy eye makeup that I do quite a lot. I do sort of different colours, but in general the like the baseline for it's pretty much the same. I've done all my face makeup because like everyone's sort of got their own way and their own foundation, and it's not that interesting. It's the eye makeup that you want to see. So I'm gonna do it in like pretty plain colours so that you can then put your own colours on it. So, oh, and if you can hear a noise in the background, I've got the fan on, and if there's shenanigans, it's the ferrets. So, there's probably like three main products that you would do well getting hold of. Two of them are from the same company, and it's Louise eye bases. My lovely friend Emma told me about these, and I don't know what I'd do without them. They're amazing. I use a black and a white because the white's good for shaping. I guess some people would use concealer, which is perfectly fine. It's just this is more pigmented. And this is the black, and it is the blackest black thing in the whole world of blackdom, and it will make your eyeshadow stick better. If you've got oily eyelids or anything, it's pretty good for that. And I've got hooded eyelids and oily eyelids, so makeup hates me. But it sticks pretty well when you've got a nice black tacky base. The other thing that's really useful is a pen eyeliner. I'm currently using Beauty Bay's own one, but the one I like to use most is Beauty Bakery. Their one is the best one I've used, but it's ran out, and I'm not paying £20 for an eyeliner. It's not quite £20, don't call me out. And then this isn't a product, but it's something I find really useful. Is these are fine line paint brushes, and they're really good for drawing patterns and stuff. So you can get these on eBay. You get a pack of them, and you get like over 10 in a pack, and they're not that expensive, so they're worth getting hold of. So I'll scoot a little bit close. I'm going to have to get a little mirror next to me because I can't see as well in the camera. So the first thing you're going to do is like draw out the design with the pen liner. I'll try not to get the palette in the way, but if you see it, hocus pocus, so at least you're seeing something cute. So you'd start off doing your general eyeliner shape. So I've got hooded eyes. If you haven't got hooded eyes, you're probably going to want to edit it to yourself. But I sort of see that's my crease, and then I'll go to this line here, which is like, you can see where my eyebrow would be under here. Like my eyebrows are here, and this is just under, so I tend to do it there. And I'll go semicircle like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to make it look perfect later. Then I've made my hair look big, and I didn't need to because it's just for a silly video. But from the corner of your eye here, you'll do sort of straight line up, and it again doesn't have to be perfect, we can clean it later. So you go bloop, 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 whoop, and then you'll connect down. It doesn't, in fact you'll see, look, there you go. So you'll have that sort of shape, and that'll be the start. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to do that on the other side. So I hope my voice isn't too annoying. It annoys me, but I can't really give you an informative video without talking, I suppose. I've had a few people say, like, over time, like, oh, I should make videos of the makeup, but I got told once that my voice sounded like an annoying squeaky toy, and I've always been a bit self-conscious. So yeah, it's vaguely the same. It never looks exactly the same, but once I've got all the black and stuff on it, it's not the biggest problem in the world. So the next thing I'll do is the sort of start of the eyeliner shape, and I'll sort of do like you're playing hangman. So work out where you start like that. I tend to go from the inside of my nostril up, and then like if I lift my eyebrows where they were up, just point there. You can probably see a teeny tiny black dot there. So I'll go across, lovely angry eyebrow, and then I'll go down again. It doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to sort it better in a bit, and then you can, I tend to like usually make it a little bit sort of like, oh, it's got a little bit of a pointy point here. So you just pull down and then you can sort of fiddle about with it, but like I said, it's going to be sorted a little bit later. I used to use liquid eyeliners, but I always found that they sort of crunch up a little bit, and I don't need no crunchy eyeliner. I'm not in the world. I remember at school living for the collection one, and that is the absolute biggest sinner for this. So like I say, it doesn't need to be that tidy, we're going to make it tidy. I'm going to try not to make this video really long. I'm not really certain that you're going to want to watch it all. You can skip through, don't feel obliged to watch the whole thing. Yeah, and then we'll go blue. So now we're looking absolutely glorious. And then the next point will be, I don't know why I put the lid on that, doing the pointy bit. So sometimes I do it from the point following that, and that gives you like a big open eye if that's what you want, or I'll do the points just following the line of the liner. Either, you know, it just depends on what mood you're in. I'm going to do the one that I did yesterday, which was the big open one, because that's the one people yesterday were asking for. I can show you another time the one that's more there, but I think, yeah, I'll do that first and then I'll carry on. So I'm not doing this eyeliner yet because we're going to put eyeshadow and stuff on, and this is only for just a sort of outline. So I'm getting close. So you want to follow your water drop. Tear duct, that's the word. That's a word that people use for things. And you can bring this out as far as you like. Can you see on mine? And then I just pull it this way. These pens are really good because this one's quite good because it's kind of firm. It's not like we don't need a floppy end. I'll just do this side. Oh, sorry. A little bit of that. As I say, it doesn't need to be perfect. We are going to clean it all up. Oh, I've done that wonky, ain't I? Woo! The good thing to do is just take pictures from the side. Yeah, we're going to have to sort that. It's gone terrible. I'm not normally talking while I'm doing it, so it doesn't normally end up that, but it's fine. You know, the age-old trick of just keep adding until it's even. Yeah, that's a thing that has happened. So next we will do putting the black in. I like to use let me find the brush that I like to use before I tell you the brush I like to use. Sort of this looks like a little paintbrush. It's sort of flat, and I sort of pat the black paste cream in this one. Filling, I tend to fill in up to almost halfway, not fully halfway. So we shall get on to that. So, but if you've got you can, as long as you're careful, you can do it with this brush. But if you've got the little thin brush, it's really easy to use that to fill in the very corners, like up to here. It's easier to do with the little thin one, but you can do it. You just got to be a little bit careful. I'm having to make sure that I'm not humming songs that are going to get me like video muted and ruin all my makeup-y work. So about that much. And then pretty quickly you have got a little bit of wiggle room, but using a sort of flattish brush, I'm going to use this flattish brush. It's just flat and poofily, and I like this black eyeshadow at the moment. I quite like, I have the Colourpop palette, but mine's kind of broken, so it gets black everywhere, so I don't use that at the moment. But this one's pretty good. And it was on sale from Illamasqua. I wanted one that I could sort of travel with. I didn't want to take whole palettes, so I've got a black and a white one, and they're both, the white one's really good. I really like that one. This one's fine, and especially patted over this one, you don't really need it to be perfect, just sort of mattifying. Again, you can see I've sort of made a bit of a mess here, but we're going to clean it up, and you'll have lovely sharp pointy eyeliner, so don't worry about that. You can put any colour here, absolutely anything. I like to do like a matte colour and then a glittery colour here. Helps it mould a bit better, like merge better if you're not in the mood to blend loads, basically. I'm just going to show you with white at the moment because it's easier and you can see it better. Sometimes I'll put that and it'll make it like white and it will last, but for now I'm just going to pop the lovely white shadow. So there's obviously a bit of a harsh line, and I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to blend and blend and blend. And I like, let me find a good blendy brush. This sort of thing, you all know what a blending brush is. And if you don't, it's fine. These brushes are from Morphe, and they do like whole eye brushes that are really cheap. So they're worth going to. So I'll blend that out a little bit. This is why I don't do it all the way halfway, so you still get white, and then it'll go into grey, and then it'll be black, which is lovely. We all love that. So, it's not perfect, but it'll do to let you know what I want. So then I like, let me find, I have a lot of brushes. Some of you might not have a lot of brushes. You just make do with what you got, and you know, you'll faff and you'll learn and it'll be fine. This is like, I know they've got names, I just don't know the names. But I like to shadow the black around here a little bit, which will cover up that line, which is why it didn't matter if it's too tidy. You can leave it clean if you'd prefer, but I quite like it to look a bit smudgy because I'm not a tidy girl. If you want to have the line clean, just use a bit of concealer if you've been a bit of a mucky pup like me. And then I'm going to black here, start this out. I like to bring it down. So there'll be like a little bit of a white here, and then I like to like fill in that bit. Which is why I like this bit to be smoky, because it sort of all blends in together then. And then you can either use your finger, which I'm going to use, I won't swear at you, this one, and you just sort of rub it together and it'll blend nice. You can use brushes if you don't want to be a mucky pup like me, but I am a mucky pup like me and I will use a finger. I haven't decided the other eye yet because I like to do it while this is wet, get that done and then come on to this one. So the next thing, you can add white here. I'm not gonna because I'm being lazy. If you add white, it'll look a bit more like. So I will now be using, if I can find where I put it. I've just had it. There you go. Louise. I like to do this to really like make the eyebrow really black. And it just like, you can have a bit more precision here than with the pen because you can see how teeny weeny that is. Just like, take your time. Breathe, don't be scared. You don't have to do this either. If you don't want pointy eyebrows, you can make them thicker. I just happen to like the Disney villain look. I know other people like the Disney villain look. You're just going to go over and like make bits a bit more pointy. So like at the front here, I like it to be a bit like, ooh, she's angry. And pull that down a bit so it blends there. And I'm going to add a bit more as I'm going to keep going along. You can do it in one fell swoop if you feel fancy, but I'm just showing you like you don't have to rush. Like a lovely Bob Ross painting. See how much more like that looks more like, bam, that's a lovely eye point thing. You can set it if you want, but I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. You get these brushes with like a spoolie on one end, and I think that's for eyebrows, but I don't have real eyebrows because I do not like real eyebrows because I do such big makeup. So I like to take a bit of the Louise on the end and just where you've got this line down here, draw along it up and then pull it out, and it'll make the black here just extra black. And then you can take your black, the brush you were patting it on with, this one, and just spread it, pat 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 pat, and then just pop some black eyeshadow over the top just to blend it all together. There you go. Lose my fucking head if it weren't so. Oh god, I shouldn't swear really, should I? So my little black lad, just gonna cover that so that it doesn't. Honestly, I've never worn it without patting black over the top because Emma told me to, and so if you can do it without, blame Emma. She's trying to give you more work. Okay, so that's looking basic shape-ish. The next thing will be under eye here. Whoop, I've given that away. I've got black eyeshadow on here. Put your black eyeshadow, I like to do it like up to here and quite low because I've got eye creases, I've got wrinkles, as do most of us beautiful ladies these days. And if you don't, you will. I'm sorry. We all get them and they're beautiful. And it just means that we've had lovely emotional lives. So start with the black, then this brush that we blended earlier, just blend it down. If you've done a colour on your eyelid, it looks quite nice to use the brush that you blended with to do here, and then have a little bit of colour under the eye. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, so I think I'm probably going to have to just do this eye and then do this one off camera, and then come back and tell you how beautiful you will look. So this is sort of like, I used to use this for doing this sort of thing, and it's a pretty good one, but I'm going to use it for drawing here. So there's two things you can use. One of them is a white concealer, or you can use this one. If you have shaky hands, I recommend this. It's going to be easier for you to use, because you like any long wand white concealer, and I'll show you why this one's easier. So start from here, like the crease, and just straight up. If you've got shaky hands, it's easier to control than trying to do it with the P. Louise. So it'll look a bit stark, but you know, we've got the magic finger. You can use a brush or black beauty blender or whatever you wish, and just pat, 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 and you pat it out. And I would recommend using the powder that you use to powder your face to powder over the top. So I'm going to use the powder proof that I used, and pat, 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 and then do a little brushy away, and no one will know that you were a mucky moo. I mean, I have sort of bodged. It's fine. It's fine. You just, you know, you keep going back. You put a bit of black eyeshadow if you've gone over the black like I have, and then you go back and do the white. You know, it's fine. Take as long as you need. So keep doing that. Waterline, you can either put black if you're going to fill this in. I'm going to fill this in and show you. Or you could do white if you like the big eye look. But I have, I quite like to do like a different coloured eyeliner, like a brown or purple. Looks quite good. So this is the one you can use to go up into your eye a little bit like that. This is the point. It's sort of a thin one, but the paintbrush is good as well if you want to use that. I'll show you that in a sec, because I'm just going to use this to fill in that, and then the P. Louise is eye safe, so you can use it in your eyeballs. I'm not saying you have to. Not everyone likes to do in their eyes because it feels uncomfortable. You know, it takes a while to practice. I definitely have been through stages in my life where I haven't worn eyeliner just because it's irritating. Like just in my waterline. I mean, I've always liked a bit of eyeliner, but... And then you can either use the pen or the P. Louise. The P. Louise will need setting, so you're probably going to need to be a bit more careful about that. So I'm going to use the pen just because it's going to be the easiest one to show you, just to draw a bit on here. And this is mostly because you won't necessarily see it as much, but it makes the mascara look a bit better. So for mascara, I'm nearly out. Again, I need to go shopping. I like the Beauty Bakery one. It just is nice, and it sort of, it makes it longer rather than thicker. So if you like a thicker one, you know, we've all got mascaras that we like to use. Use the one that you like best. Okay, sometimes I wear false lashes. I'm not going to put false lashes on. You don't need to see me put false lashes on. I'm going to go and do the other eye. I'll be back. We're back. I've got two eyes. They are not even, but we've got big hair. We can hide it. Yours will be a lot better because you won't be talking, and or maybe you will be talking, but you won't be like trying to explain what you're doing. The only other thing that I do sometimes, and I have done quite often, is these little glitter bats are like £2 on eBay, and you can get them in some different colours, but I like to use the little black or orange ones because they're my two favourite combinations. And I just use a little bit of eyelash glue, which is like, I use the Duo anti-allergen one because it's nice. It makes your, it's not, but it can make your makeup look more fun. You don't just have to use bats, there are a million different types of spooky glitter or normal glitter or anything you like, but it just makes it look a little bit more fun. And people are always like, oh my gosh, you're so talented, and I'm like, no, I stuck glitter to my face. I used to draw the bats, and then I'd get, you know, a bit sweaty and then wipe him off, and then I'd have like a zoomy bat across the face, which is quite a look in itself. But I hope it's not been too boring, and I hope it's helped. And if you have any more questions, if you want to know anything face that I use, I can answer. Have fun. Let me know if you do it so I can see how beautiful you look. And have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye.